Hey, good morning, everybody. I am very happy to be making another Thursday BookTube collab video. So anybody can join in on this collab. All you have to do is put the hashtag and the hosts either in your title or your description. So hashtag Thursday BookTube at Life with Patty and at My Mountain Home and Kitchen. Both of these ladies, Patty and Daphne, are awesome. I like both their channels too, and there are different videos that they do. It's like two brand new friends. Well, they're not brand new to me, but every time I find someone and I think, oh, another friend, you know. So anyway, you can on this collab just jump in, jump out. You don't have to do it every week. You can do a video on any kind of book or magazine or how-to. You can talk about you read it a long time ago. You can talk about you reading it right now. You'd like to read it in the future, why you'd like to read it in the future. So get in on this one. It's fun, it's easy, and both of these ladies are gracious, friendly, nice people. Nice people. Okay, I'm going to show you the first book. All right, this isn't a new book. I think it's 2021. I don't remember. I'm not going to look for it. But anyway, it's international bestseller Annabel Abbs' Miss Eliza's English Kitchen, a novel of Victorian cookery and friendship. I am telling you what's not to like here? We've got two good friends. We've got food, how to cook it, recipes, history, and it's based on a true story about a woman who wrote poetry for a living, or wanted to, and was told, 1835 is when this takes place, that women don't really write poetry. Go home and write us a cookbook, which miffed her to no end. And who, really? Women don't write poetry? That's why they would always have these pen names, and they were men's names, I'll tell you what. Anyway, so Miss Eliza went home just so upset from the publisher's office, and I'll not write a cookbook. Well, then bad things happened to her family. They lost all their money all of a sudden. Her mama had to open a boarding house, or whatever you called that back then. And not really boarding, but I guess we would call it a retreat for people to come to the country. Anyway, Eliza had to do the cooking because they had to let the cook go. And she didn't understand the cookbooks, and she was asking the cooks before they left, how do you read this? What does it mean, 3 or 4 bunches of? Why isn't it 3? Or why isn't it 4? Why isn't it 3.5? Let's, help me with this. What does this mean? What does it mean to dress a squab? So these recipes are not something you and I probably have ever had. Like in one part, they decide they're going to make eel. Yes, eel. I would be afraid to touch one because I always assumed they were all electric eels, like they could electrocute you. That's how silly I am. Anyway, it's hilarious to me that the two of them are trying to first kill the thing on the kitchen counter and then clean it. And so she finds this destitute little girl. She's, I don't know, a little girl. She's probably, I don't remember how old she is. She must be under 20, but over 15, maybe. And she's starving, because times are really hard back then, and dirty and pestilence and disease. And so she takes her in, basically cleans her up, and teaches her the basics of what it means to cook in an actual kitchen because she's never had one. And the girl is so desperate that she will do anything, and the two become friends. So it's friendship too. Two women learning about each other slowly and caring for one another enough to help one another, that kind of thing. And it turns out that Miss Anne is her name, or Anna, the younger girl that is hired as a cook, has more talents for how to prepare food and things in season because she's had to scrape for food her whole life. Anywho, you got to read this if you haven't. You will love it. I got it on Amazon. I'm sure you can get it on your reader devices if you don't want to actually read it. In fact, you don't have to do that with any of these books. You could listen to them. Nobody's going to be a snob about it to you. I've heard there are other groups that you have to physically hold, read, touch, sniff the book, which I love to do. But I do have a reader thing in the other room that I have used a few times. I'm not comfortable with it yet. Oh, wait, that's not the point. Okay, so that's the first book. I'm going on too long. Here is the second book. Now, this is the same kind of book, same publishers, Good Old Days, that I did last week on Thrift. And this one is Country Wisdom. It's got a farmer's almanac here. Even the dog is concerned. Should we plant the corn? So in excellent, excellent condition. I think what happens with these books is they are marketed to a certain group of people. Like somebody who would want this book would probably be older. They wouldn't have small kids in the house too much. It's got beautiful art. It's not been, torn or written in, which is, that happens when you've got kids. And it talks about, the different things, the history, the what the older people did with sayings, a penny saved is a penny earned, how you got your food. The country courtesy has its own rewards. Patches of the past. I have 2 quilts on my bed that were made for me by people here in town over the years, and I adore them. Just adore them. Let's see. I mean, they didn't make them for free. I paid for them, but still, I adore them. I don't think I've ever taken you in my bedroom in probably a couple of years, maybe 3 years. It's such a mess all the time. I mean, it's like a dumping ground a lot of the time. We're the apple state. I'm going to plant 2 fruit trees this spring, I decided. I'm not sure which. Plant happiness. That is true, because every season when something comes up, it's all brand new again. Now, there's some things I wanted to read here. I'm going to find it. I'm going to go off and I'm going to find it for you. And it's fun. Just fun stuff. Quick fun. Okay. In your area, do you have these caterpillars, and what do you call them? We call them woolly worms. I've heard some people call them other things. And you forecast how cold the winter's going to be. And so whenever we'd see one solid like that, we'd go, oh my goodness, it's either going to be really snowy or really not. Because nobody can ever remember which stripes mean what. A lot of times they'll have orange stripes with them. Makes them kind of cool to see in, September and October when those colors are really popular. It's got signs and omens. There it is. I could not find that card anywhere and I had to make a new one. Anyway, shoes must never be put on the table. That should go without saying. Why would you put your shoes on the table? I would have a royal fit if somebody in this house put their shoes on the kitchen, dining room, whatever you call this little space, table. Now, here's one. Shoes must be put on the right first for good luck through the day. And here's something that my husband does, and he does it just to make me nuts. He will put on one sock, one shoe. The other foot's over there feeling all left out. I go sock, sock, shoe, shoe. I don't know. I don't know which one I do first. But we go sock, sock, shoe, shoe. He goes sock, shoe. I'm like, your other foot is cold. Put something on it. I know that's kind of crazy. Anyway, am I scraping? I hope I'm not scraping this microphone I'm using. I probably am. Walking under a ladder is a sign of coming misfortune. If your right ear burns, someone's talking good about you. If your left ear burns, not so much. Bad about you. Evil, it says. Black cats are a sign of both bad and good luck. Laying new clothes on the bed is bad luck. I do that all the time. No wonder my clothes don't fit. It has nothing to do with tortilla chips and salsa. Never accept a gift with a pointed or sharp edge. So you're not supposed to give a knife set or scissors? I didn't know that. Oh, well, these are really just silliness anyway. Singing at the table brings bad luck, and it's a breach of etiquette. I sing way too much around here. Dropping scissors or gloves portends disappointment. Uh-oh. Never sing before breakfast. Sing before you eat. You'll cry before you sleep. Dropping a knife is a sign of a male. Dropping a fork, female. Wait a minute. Start over, Kendra. I always do this, you guys. My glasses are on my head now. Okay, where was I? Dropping a knife is a sign of male company coming. A fork, female. Dropping a teaspoon is a sign of disappointment. I can't tell you how often I drop scissors. My fingers are not working like they did when I was younger, and my mother's the same way, but I'm fine with it. I mean, it is what it is. Do not sing in bed. Sing in bed, the devil's o'er your head. Ew! All right, if you drop your dishcloth, you'll have unexpected guests. If you drop your dishcloth, please put it in the laundry. That's one of my pet peeves, to watch people use the same dishcloth, whether they dropped it or not, for more than one day. We get a new one every day here. I can't stand the fact that it could have bacteria on it. And most likely does, right? I mean, how do you feel about that? I'm probably not making any friends or anything with it. Okay, one more, and it's folklore and superstition. Okay, now I don't practice these. I don't believe in them. I'm not crazy about, superstitions, but I'm just going to read it to you. A dog howling at night is portent of death. A dining fork dropped on the floor. We already did that one. Oh, they did that twice. Planting parsley in a pot and storing it in the house brings ill luck. I didn't know that. A visitor should always depart out the same door through which they entered, so as not to carry away any of your luck. A cat eating grass foretells rain. No, a cat eating grass foretells your cat's got a sick tummy. Same with a dog. I give the dog pumpkin for that. I don't know if you could get a cat to eat pumpkin. A student having trouble learning a lesson should place the book under their pillow at night. He will be sure to know it in the morning. A woolen stocking turned inside out and worn overnight is recommended for an inflamed throat. Okay, I'll give you that one, but put a little bit of Vicks Vapor Rub on the bottom of your foot first, okay? Because it helps. Drinking from a cobalt blue glass cures a toothache. Well, the Dental Association will be happy to know that. Oh no, I'm not even reading that. Ugh. When a baby boy's hair is cut, he should not, under any circumstances, throw it away, for it's a bird should build a nest with it. He would be afflicted with headaches. Ooh. We always kept their first haircut in their baby book when I was doing that. A toad hopping into, oh dear. When a woman walks and kicks up her dress hem with her heels, it's a sign she will wed a widower. Not always a bad thing. Milk stolen from the neighbor's cow or any other article of stolen food brings relief given to a child with whooping cough. There's another great tip. Rubbing the scalp frequently with the hemisphere of a divided onion cures baldness. I need that. My hair's falling out like more every day. To prevent toothache, pick the teeth with a nail. Oh my goodness. Pick the teeth with a nail from a coffin. This... An apple held by a dying person until his death and then eaten by a habitual drunkard cures him of his craving for a drink. Well, these are just rude. Let's see. I think there's just like one page left here. It's the Foxfire. These are Foxfire books? I used to have a bunch of Foxfire books. That's a pretty picture. It reminds me of where I live. It looks like this in the morning in the autumn. with the fog all over the trees and all of that. So anyway, there's a lot more gems than I read to you. I don't know what I was thinking. Beautiful pictures, a kid on a tire swing. Did you have a tire swing when you were a kid? I sure did. And I had a big basketball hoop up on the, it was the size of a barn. I guess it could have been used as a barn, and it was in Oklahoma, but it was actually more a garage for my mom. And so one of her friends put a basketball hoop on the barn for me so that I could get really good at shooting hoops and make the basketball team in the 6th grade. I made the team, hated it. There were these girls on the team that were mean. They were more into the actual winning of the game. I was in it to bounce the ball around. But there were some like me too. I remember I went one time and one of the mean girls had forgotten her uniform, and we had to wear a uniform to play then. It was like at another school, you know. And I had mine on, and I brought my street clothes. Or I didn't have it on, I had it in my bag, and I was going to change maybe. And I said, Rita can have mine. Rita can have mine. And the coach is going, no, you want to play. And I said, no, really, I don't mind. And so actually my coach gave me a ride there. So, you know, she was really sweet and everything, but she was, you know, trying to teach us to be competitive. Way too much information. What it has to do with the tire swing? Yeah, okay. So, got this from the used bookstore. What did I pay for it? I paid $5 for it, plus I have credit because I've taken old books and turned them in, and whatever they sell them for, you get half the credit. So like if I sold a book to them for $5, I got $2.50 off of this. See what I mean? Like, okay. I don't know how much credit I have left on the books because I have been really getting at it. That's not it. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you've never thought to subscribe, I would love it if you did. And my goodness, get your hands on this book. It's fun. Bye. Hey, Patty and Daphne, thank you so much for hosting Thursday BookTube. I really, really enjoy this collab. And I think I'm actually getting more into reading like I used to be. I am not staying up late on the computer like I was. I'm actually reading at night. So it's been a gift to me, and I thank you for that.